I was going to ask you, when you look at that agility of how you guys produce that show every day and the speed, what do you think it takes to cross the chasm for that product and have that be a really successful web-based product and move that product to the internet? What do you think has to change, and what do you think are the skills from putting together such a live TV show that kind of migrate you into that?
Well, I definitely respect the skill set of hosting and being on television more than I did in the past, because I understand that you're almost like traffic cop to some extent, or quarterback, if you would. But that said, that there's no reason that has to only be on television as opposed to on video. And what's interesting to me is, why is it that no one online, and this is why I think the WWE thing is very interesting, has so far decided that we want to be live on a platform all day, or at least have like semi-live, semi-generating content all the time. Why isn't that? Because that's the TV argument, right? Like, you turn on CNBC and something's always on, whereas most video is just being churned out and people consume it, one by one. And so I hope that there will constantly, and I think there will constantly be a demand in terms of viewers for that live product to know what's happening right now, and I think financial news especially, because you have to know what's happening in the market right now. That said, I don't know why it ultimately couldn't exist as a web product if the viewing habits, if we're a mobile enough society where people are watching CNBC Pro, which is more of a mobile product, to consume it. I don't see why that couldn't supplant what we're doing, so I'm glad that we're on the mobile device and that someone else hasn't already figured this out.
I will tell you my craziest idea for CNBC, and I think Mel could probably help with this idea, is I think you should go and find your 10,000 best viewers, right? And give them the best remote control in the entire world. Some completely tricked out, amazing remote control, and say, all I ask is we want to be able to monitor your mute button, just for our data. And you go to some great hedge fund managers, you go to some great trading firms, you go to some great home viewers, that data would be amazing. Because it would because that is the big thing about CNBC. When do people take off the mute button?
Yes.
So, Mel,
I've had longtime friends who tell me, who can name the twice that they've done it, if they're on a trading floor in the last year and a half. And then alternatively, we have people who only listen on satellite radio.
Right.
And then we have people who are watching at home. So trying to produce content with a watching only, listening only, and a hybrid audience in mind can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah,